domination. Capture the objective. Securing Alpha.
Enemy took Alpha.
Snipe!
Enemy took Bravo. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing B.
Seraph down.
B secure.
Sniper!
Capture the objective. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha. Losing C. Enemy has Alpha. We lost Charlie. Enemy has C. Securing Alpha. A secure. Securing C.
They're gone.
Losing B. Enemy has B. Charlie locked down. Securing Bravo. Losing C. Losing A.
Neutralized.
We lost Alpha. Securing B. Enemy has A. We lost C. B locked down. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly counter UAV inbound. C locked down.
Eyes on enemy.
Losing B. We lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile UAV above.
EKIA.
Securing B. Bravo locked down. Losing B.
Seraph down.
Losing C.
Body drop. One left.
Securing Alpha. Losing B. We lost B. Alpha secure. Enemy took B. We lost C.
She's
Securing B. Enemy took Charlie. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing C. B secure. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing A. We lost Alpha. Enemy took C. Enemy took Alpha.
Seraph down.
Securing C.
EKIA.
Securing Alpha. Friendly Talon in your AO. A locked down. All locations secured. Hold it. Hater deployed. Losing Charlie. Losing Alpha. Enemy has C.
Body drop.
Securing C. We lost Alpha. Enemy has A. C secure.
Drop.
UAV inbound. Losing Charlie. Securing A. Enemy took C. A secure.
Tango down. Body drop.
Threat neutralized.
Losing B. We lost Bravo. Enemy has B. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
Body drop.
Securing Bravo.
Battle
Bravo
KIA.
locked down. Counter UAV inbound.
Swarm traps.
Securing C. We lost Alpha. Losing B.
Sarah
Charlie
KIA.
secure. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie. Enemy took A. Enemy has Charlie.
Sarah
Hostile
KIA.
counter UAV above. Radar is down.
Ready for deployment.
Securing Alpha. Alpha secure. Losing B.
Ardent sentry deployed.
Securing C. Securing Bravo. Charlie locked down. Losing Charlie. Losing Alpha. Enemy has C. We lost A. Friendly UAV inbound. Securing Alpha. UAV inbound. Securing Charlie.
Get ready. Totem 3-1 rollers inbound.
Losing Bravo. Enemy has A. C locked down. We lost Bravo.
Deploying wraps.
Friendly counter UAV inbound. Securing Bravo.
Becoming lost wraps.
Bravo secure.
Totem 3-1. Nest is empty. RTB.
Out.
Losing C.
Thermite.
We lost Charlie. Securing A.
One left.
Enemy has Charlie. A locked down.
Hardened sentry ammo depleted.
Friendly Talon inbound. Securing C. Losing B.
KIA.
Hater deployed.
Nano swarm dispatched.
Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo. All locations secured. Holding position. Enemy took Alpha.
Tango down.
We lost B. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly Talon in your AO.
One less.
B secure.
Battle KIA.
Securing A.
Reps carrier above. Get ready.
Losing C.
Slingshot 1-1. Deploying reps.
We lost Charlie. Losing Bravo.
Rollers inbound.
Securing Alpha. Enemy took Charlie. A secure.
Final cargo Adjusting gyros.
Securing C.
We're empty. Leaving AO.
Out.
Losing Alpha. All locations secure. Maintain current
Quantum
posture.
sentry shutting down.
We lost A. Enemy took A. Losing C. Securing Alpha. We lost Charlie. Enemy took C. A locked down. Enemy took B. Counter UAV inbound.
They're done.
Securing B. Hostile UAV above. Securing Bravo. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing A. Securing Bravo. Enemy took Bravo.
Nice. Keep down.
We lost A.
Sarah down.
Securing Bravo. Securing Charlie. Bravo locked down.
Hide ready.
Alpha locked down.
Quantum sentry
Ambush
ready for
asset
deployment.
Losing Bravo. We lost B. Enemy took B. Securing B. B locked down. Losing A. Lost Alpha.
Ruin KIA.
Securing C.
Seraph KIA.
Losing B. Enemy has Alpha. Charlie secure. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Losing C. Lost Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. Securing Alpha. A locked down.
One left.
Sentry gun.
Losing B. Securing C. Losing B.
She's dead.
Securing Charlie.
Quantum sentry
Friendly
shutting
Talon
down.
inbound. Enemy took C. Losing B. We lost B. Securing C.
Body drop.
Enemy took Bravo. Charlie locked down.
EKIA.
Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. We lost C.
Hardened sentry
Enemy has
ready
Charlie.
for deployment.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Securing C. secured. Hold your positions. Losing A. Enemy has A. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing Bravo. Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Securing A. Enemy has B. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Enemy took Alpha. Securing A.
Unit down.
Securing Bravo. Enemy took B. Securing A.
Body
Losing
drop.
C. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Alpha. B
Deploy ship
secure.
on my position.
Enemy has C.
Heads up.
Friendly Talon in your AO.
Wraps out.
Losing Bravo. Securing C. Lost B.
GI unit on
Charlie
standby.
secure.
Hardened
Securing
sentry
A.
ammo depleted.
Enemy has B.
3-1 rollers inbound.
Alpha locked down. Securing Bravo. Losing C.
3-1 is dry.
Losing A. We lost A. Bravo locked down. Enemy has A. Hater deployed.
TACOM out.
Hostile UAV above. Securing Alpha.
Sarah,
All
down.
locations secured. Hold your positions. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Friendly counter UAV inbound.
Hardened sentry ready to deploy.
Hardened sentry deployed.
Losing Alpha. Enemy took C. We lost A. Enemy took A. Charlie locked down. Counter UAV inbound.
Sarah, down.
Losing C. Losing Bravo.
Body
Lost Charlie.
Raps deploy ship on
Enemy
standby.
has Charlie.
Raps carrier above.
A secure. Friendly Talon inbound. Losing B.
Deploying Raps. Last ones.
Securing C.
Adjuster 2-5 empty. Leave an AO.
Losing A.
GI unit ready for deployment.
Raps deploy ship inbound. Charlie secure. Enemy has Alpha.
Shutting down.
Friendly Talon in your AO. Securing Alpha. Losing C. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Enemy took Charlie. Counter UAV inbound. Hater deployed. Securing Charlie. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Losing A. We lost Alpha. Enemy took A. Friendly Talon inbound. Bravo, shutting down. Securing Alpha. Losing B. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Friendly RAP deploy ship inbound. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie. Enemy has C.
Smoke check.
Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha. Enemy has A. UAV inbound. Securing A. Counter UAV inbound. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Losing Charlie. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing A. Enemy took Charlie. Hater deployed. Friendly Talon in your AO. Securing C.
My AO.
Friendly counter UAV inbound. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Friendly UAV inbound. Enemy has C. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Hostile UAV spotted. Securing C. Losing B.
Seraph KIA.
Black Ops at work. It's a beautiful thing.
Setting up for rescue team ambush. Even if you get a lucky shot, I will end you.
Information assured.
Domination.
Engineer on site. Heading out to clean.
Secure the objective. Securing C. Enemy took A. Charlie locked down.
Red neutralized.
Securing Bravo.
Red neutralized. Enemy patrol.
B secure. Losing B. Securing A. Enemy took Bravo. Alpha locked down. Charlie. Securing B. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha. We lost C. We're being dominated. Go on the offensive. Locked down. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Losing Losing B. We lost Bravo. Securing A. Multiple hostile UAVs spotted. A locked down. Securing B. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. B secure. Enemy has Charlie. Losing Alpha.
Fire. Dead.
We lost Alpha. Enemy took Alpha.
Fire.
Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo. Charlie locked down. Securing A. We lost B. Enemy took B. Losing Charlie. A secure.
Assassin.
We lost Charlie. Securing Bravo. Enemy has Charlie. Enemy has Alpha.
Squadron
Secure.
ready for deployment.
Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing Alpha. Counter UAV inbound. A secure. Friendly counter UAV inbound. All locations secured. Hold your position. Bravo.
Insurgent. KIA.
Raps deployment ready
Lost
for
Bravo. Losing Alpha. We lost A. Enemy took Alpha. Securing Bravo. Hostile talent detected.
GI unit on standby.
Securing B.
3-1 Ronos inbound.
Bravo locked down.
Carbon sentry destroyed.
Please.
Pick up the lock traps.
Losing B.
I'm out. Give him hell.
Tango Station 3-1.
Enemy Overwatch down.
He's gone.
Charlie. Securing Alpha. Enemy took Charlie. A locked down. Securing Charlie. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Losing Alpha. Losing Bravo. Enemy has Alpha. UAV inbound. Bravo locked down.
Rock.
Friendly counter UAV inbound. We lost Bravo. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile UAV above. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Charlie.
Tango down.
Flame specialist down.
Securing B. Losing Charlie.
They're gone.
We lost Charlie. Securing Alpha. A locked down. Enemy has B. Securing Charlie. Enemy has C. Securing Bravo. Bravo secure.
Move. Sniper.
Losing A. Securing Charlie. Lost A. C secure. Enemy took A. Securing Alpha. Losing B. Lost B.
Enemy spawn.
A locked down. Losing Charlie.
Fire break down.
Enemy took Charlie.
Shoot.
Losing B. Securing C. Losing Alpha. We lost A.
KIA.
Charlie locked down. Securing Alpha.
They're gone.
UAV inbound. Enemy has Alpha. Securing Bravo. Friendly UAV inbound. Securing A. Secure. Losing C. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Enemy took Charlie.
Spectre wasted. Enemy Overwatch down.
Securing C. Losing B. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha.
Fire break.
Enemy has A. UAV inbound.
Nano swarms at capacity.
Counter UAV inbound. Enemy took Bravo. UAV inbound. Securing Bravo. Losing C. Securing B. Bravo locked down.
Ready for deployment.
Securing Alpha.
Alpha.
Enemy took Charlie. A locked down. Securing Charlie. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Enemy
Land
has
specialist
Alpha.
down.
UAV inbound. Counter UAV inbound.
I'll try to
Be advised. Hostile UAV incoming.
Thermite!
Losing Bravo.
Raptor deploy ship ready for
Friendly counter UAV inbound. Securing A.
TACCOM. Raps deploy ship on
UAV inbound.
Setting up to drop.
GI unit. Ready for
Locked
deployment.
down.
Jester 2-5, wraps out.
Losing C. We lost Charlie.
Rollers inbound.
Enemy took Charlie. Locked down. Securing Charlie.
Final munitions away.
All locations secured. Hold your positions. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing A.
Okay, Jester
Enemy
2-5.
took
Roger.
A.
Roger, sentry shutting down.
Securing A.
Swarm crew.
Lost
Hardened
A
sentry.
locked
Ready
down.
for deployment.
Enemy took Charlie.
Hardened sentry online.
special AIA.
Hostile.
Losing B. Securing Charlie.
GI unit power level 5%.
They're gone.
Losing A.
Ship in mid-area. Setting up.
Lost Alpha. Enemy has Alpha.
Wraps out.
Charlie locked down.
Defend.
Thermite charge!
Securing Alpha.
Totem 3-1.
All
Nest is
locations
empty.
secure. Maintain current posture.
Okay, Totem 3-1.
Charlie.
Roger. GI unit, ready for deployment.
Losing Bravo. We lost A. We lost Bravo.
Deploy GI unit
Alpha
online.
secure. Enemy took Bravo. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Enemy took Charlie. Securing Bravo. B locked down. Friendly counter UAV inbound.
Outrider kill.
Securing Charlie. Losing A. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Enemy took A.
Shut out.
Madrid.
Losing B. Securing Alpha. Enemy has Alpha. Securing Alpha.
Check.
Losing B.
No
All
man.
locations secured. Hold your positions.
Hostile.
We lost Charlie.
Energy low.
Enemy took C.
Ambush at
That motherfucker.
Neutralized.
Losing
Nomad chaos.
B. Securing Charlie. Enemy took B. UAV inbound. Securing B. Enemy took C. B locked down.
Nomad kill.
Losing Bravo.
Nano swarms at capacity.
We lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Securing Charlie.
Some unit down.
Nomad
Red
chaos.
neutralized.
Securing Bravo. Charlie secure. Losing A. We lost Alpha. Enemy took Alpha.
They're done.
UAV inbound.
Enemy.
Locked down. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing A.
Done.
Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Enemy took B. Alpha secure. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Friendly Talon in your AO. Securing Bravo. Enemy took Charlie. Enemy took A. B locked down. Friendly counter UAV inbound.
Be done.
Friendly UAV inbound. Securing A. Losing B. UAV inbound. C secure. Enemy took B. Securing Alpha. Counter UAV inbound. A locked down. We lost C. Enemy took Charlie.
AI.
Advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing Bravo. Securing C. Locked down.
Insurgent KI.
Advised, Hostile counter UAV is online. Losing Alpha. Losing Charlie. Enemy took A. Lost Bravo.
Short out.
UAV inbound.
Quadrant sentry.
Locked
Ready for
down.
deployment.
Friendly Talon in your AO. Counter UAV inbound.
Combat
Enemy
KIA.
has Charlie. Securing Alpha. Securing C. Alpha locked down.
Insurgent KIA.
Securing C. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Losing Alpha. Losing Charlie. Enemy took Alpha. We lost C. Enemy has Charlie. Securing A. Securing C. Losing B. A locked down. Enemy took Charlie.
One left.
UAV inbound.
He's done.
Hostile UAV spotted. Securing B.
Keeper down.
Bravo locked down. Losing Charlie.
Nomad KIA.
Losing B. Securing Alpha. Lost B. We lost Charlie. Alpha locked down. Enemy took Bravo.
One left.
Enemy took Charlie. Securing B. UAV inbound. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Losing A.
Tango down.
Killed that.
Securing Bravo. Enemy has Bravo. Securing B.
Rock.
Securing Bravo. B secured. Losing Bravo. Lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Securing B.
Shot out.
Securing Bravo.
Red neutralized.
Sniper.
Securing B. B secure. Losing B. Lost Bravo. Enemy has Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Fire. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar down. Losing Alpha.
Enemy down.
Securing B. We lost A. Securing C. Enemy took Alpha. Enemy took Bravo. C secure. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Killed that camper.
Arms ready.
Losing C. We lost Charlie. Securing B. Hostile UAV spotted. Bravo secure. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Losing B. Securing Alpha. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile UAV above. A secure.
Fire break down. Fire break
Losing
down.
A. Securing Bravo.
Ambush
Lost Alpha. Bravo locked down. Enemy has Alpha. Counter UAV inbound. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Charlie. Securing Alpha. Enemy took Bravo. C secure. Alpha secure. Friendly UAV inbound. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Alpha. Securing B. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Bravo has Charlie. Talon detected. Securing C. Multiple hostile UAV spotted. C secure. Enemy took Bravo. Be advised, multiple hostile CUAVs above. Radar is down. Friendly Talon inbound. Aether deployed. Hostile UAV above. Losing Charlie. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie.
Nomad down.
Lost Charlie.
Nomad down.
Enemy has Charlie. B secure. Counter UAV inbound. Losing Bravo. Lost Bravo. We're being dominated. Go on the offensive. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. C secure. Losing C. We lost Charlie. We're being dominated. Go on the offensive. B secure.
Shot out!
Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha. We lost B. Hostile UAV above. Alpha locked down. Securing Charlie. Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha. C locked down. Enemy took Alpha. Be advised, hostile Talon inbound. Securing B. UAV inbound. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Friendly counter UAV inbound. We lost C. Hostile hater detected. Being dominated. Go on defense. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Bravo locked down. Losing Bravo. Securing Charlie. Lost Bravo. Enemy has Bravo. Be advised, hostile Talon detected. Charlie locked down. Securing Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Losing C. Hostile RAPS deploy ship overhead. Securing A. Hostile hater detected. A locked down. Hostile UAV spotted. Securing Bravo. Losing A. Securing B. Lost Alpha. Hostile UAV spotted. B locked down. Securing Charlie. Losing B. Lost Bravo. We're being dominated. Go on the aggression. Securing A. Alpha locked down. Enemy has Charlie. Securing B. Enemy took B. Counter UAV inbound. Losing A. UAV inbound. Hostile UAV spotted. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Enemy has Bravo.
Doused.
Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha. We're being dominated. Take those positions. Securing Charlie. Charlie locked down. Losing C. We lost Charlie. Hostile Talon detected. Bravo locked down. Counter UAV inbound. Losing B. We lost B. Securing Alpha. Hostile UAV spotted. A locked down. Losing A. We lost Alpha. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Bravo.
Nomad neutralized.
Charlie secure. Hostile UAV spotted. Enemy took Bravo. Securing Bravo. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Hostile UAV above. Securing Bravo.
Flames extinguished. Flames extinguished.
Securing B. We lost C. Enemy has Charlie. Bravo locked down. Lost B. Securing Charlie. Hostile UAV spotted. Securing Alpha. Charlie secure. Losing C. We lost C. Securing Bravo. Enemy has Alpha. Hostile Talon detected. Bravo secure. Securing C. Losing Bravo. Lost B. C secure. Enemy took B. Losing C. Lost C. Securing A. Enemy has Charlie. Securing B. A secure. B secure. Losing Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Losing B. Lost Bravo.
Taking talent fire.
They're done.
There's hope for you yet.
Bravo locked down. Losing Bravo. Lost Bravo. Securing Charlie. Enemy has Bravo. Charlie locked down.
Tango down.
Losing A. Securing B. We lost A. Losing C. Enemy has Alpha. B locked down. Securing C. C secure.
Got contact.
Losing B. Lost Bravo.
Tango down.
Bravo secure.
Down.
Losing Bravo.
Prey down.
We lost B. B locked down. Counter UAV inbound.
Vector first.
Losing Charlie. Securing A. Enemy has C. Alpha secure. Losing B. Lost Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted.
Tango down.
Securing Bravo.
EKIA.
B locked down.
Shot out.
Losing Bravo. Securing C.
Sniper, keep down.
Hold your position. Losing B. Lost Bravo. Losing Alpha. Enemy has Bravo. We lost A.
They're done.
Enemy took Alpha. Hostile UAV above.
Reaper, KIA.
Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. B secure.
Down.
Losing Bravo.
That's a kill.
Lost Bravo. Enemy has B. Securing B. Losing C. Securing Bravo. We lost Charlie. Enemy has B. We're being dominated. Go on the aggressive.
Reaper
Alpha
neutralized.
locked down. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing C. Securing Bravo.
Enemy has B. Securing A. Hostile UAV spotted. Losing Charlie. We're being dominated. Take those positions. A locked down.
One less.
Securing B. B secure.
Hostile there.
We lost B. Enemy has B. advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing C. Be advised, hostile counter-UAV is online. Securing B. Bravo secure. Lost Alpha.
Vital is down.
Enemy took Alpha. Enemy took Charlie. Losing B. We lost B. Securing A. Enemy took Bravo. C secure. Enemy took A. Securing Bravo. Be advised, hostile hater inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. B secure.
Survival is down.
Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Enemy took Bravo. Securing Alpha. Counter UAV inbound. Securing B. Bravo secure. Enemy has A. UAV inbound. Losing C.
Tango down.
Securing Alpha.
Enemy down.
All locations secured. Hold your positions. We lost Bravo. Losing A. Enemy took B.
Waste.
Enemy took C. Alpha locked down. Securing B. Hostile UAV above.
Sniper!
Hostile laser UAV above. Radar is down. Securing B. Securing C. B secure. Losing B. We lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Charlie. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Losing Alpha. Securing B. C locked down. Enemy took Alpha. Securing Bravo. Securing Alpha. Enemy took B. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie.
Hardened
Enemy
sentry
has
ready
Alpha.
to deploy.
We lost C.
Left on.
UAV inbound. Charlie secure.
Ardent sentry
Enemy
deployed.
took Bravo. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing Charlie. Securing B. Bravo secure. UAV inbound. Securing A. Losing Bravo. We lost B. Charlie. Enemy took Bravo. Securing A. Securing B. Losing A. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. We lost A.
Waste.
Securing B. Enemy took Alpha. Bravo locked down.
Combat unit.
lost B. Losing Charlie. Enemy took B.
Insurgent KIA.
Alpha secure. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Securing Bravo. We lost C. We lost Alpha. Enemy took Charlie. B secure.
Legwork's gone.
Securing Alpha. A locked down. Securing C. Advised. Hostile counter UAV is online. We lost B. The enemy took Bravo. Charlie locked down. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing C. Friendly counter UAV inbound.
Effect.
Securing Bravo. Losing A. Losing C.
Drop.
We lost C. We lost Alpha.
Gone.
Enemy has A. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing C. Hostile UAV spotted. Charlie secure. Enemy took B. Be advised, multiple hostile CUAVs above. Radar is down. UAV above. Securing Bravo. Losing C. We lost C. We're being dominated. Take those positions. Hostile tower inbound.
Enemy down.
Securing Alpha. A secure. Losing A. We lost Alpha. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Charlie locked down. Hostile Hater overhead. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing B.
Reaper neutralized.
Losing Charlie. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Charlie secure. Enemy has B. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. Securing B. Bravo locked down. Friendly counter UAV inbound. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. Losing Bravo. Securing A. UAV inbound. Alpha secure. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Enemy took B.
One less.
Securing Bravo. Friendly UAV inbound. B locked down. Losing Bravo. Securing Charlie. Friendly UAV inbound.
Securing Charlie. Securing Bravo. Charlie secure. Alpha locked down. We lost C. B locked down. Enemy has C. Hostile UAV spotted. Losing B. Securing C. Securing Bravo. C secure. Losing Alpha. Lost Alpha.
Ambush that.
Losing Charlie. Securing Bravo.
Ambush that, mother.
We lost Charlie. Enemy took Charlie. Enemy has A. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Bravo secure.
Threat neutralized.
Hostile UAV above. Securing C. Counter UAV inbound. C locked down. Lost B. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Enemy has B. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Securing B. Enemy took C. Bravo locked down. Securing Charlie. Losing B. Charlie locked down. Enemy took B. Friendly Talon in your AO. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing C. Friendly UAV inbound. We lost Charlie. Bravo secure. Securing Charlie. C secure. Securing A. Deployed.
Wasted.
Losing Bravo. Losing C. Securing Alpha. Losing Bravo. We lost C. Securing A. Alpha secure. Losing Bravo. We lost B. Enemy has C. Losing C.
RPG inbound!
Finally lost C. Enemy has Charlie. Securing A. A locked down.
Insurgent KIA.
Losing Bravo. We lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Hostile Talon inbound. Securing C. Charlie locked down. Losing A. Enemy took B. We lost Alpha. Enemy has Alpha. Securing B. Hostile UAV above. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile counter UAV is online.
Red neutralized.
Insurgent KIA.
Losing Charlie. Securing B. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. B secure.
Blood unit
Securing C.
EKIA.
Securing A. Losing B. Charlie secure. Enemy took Bravo. A locked down. UAV inbound. Securing Bravo. We lost Charlie. Hostile counter inbound. Enemy took C. B secure. Hostile Hager overhead. Losing B. We lost Bravo.
Scratch one, fire bitch. Scratch one, fire.
Bravo locked down.
KIA.
Losing Bravo. Lost B. Securing C.
Wait.
Friendly counter UAV inbound.
EKIA.
Charlie locked down. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie.
Mechanical down.
Enemy has Charlie. Securing Bravo. We lost A. Securing C.
Fire breakdown.
Alpha locked down. All locations secured. Hold your positions. Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Enemy took Bravo. Losing Alpha. Losing C. We lost A. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
Fire break.
Securing B. We lost C.
Fire break. KIA.
Locked down. Enemy took Charlie. Enemy has Alpha. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
KIA.
Securing Charlie. Losing B.
Fire break. KIA.
Charlie locked down. Enemy took B. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. Locked down. Counter UAV inbound.
Hardened sentry, ready for deployment.
Enemy took C. Securing Charlie. Hostile Hager detected. Bravo.
Enemy down.
Hostile RAPS deploy ship overhead. Charlie locked down.
Your sentry's firewall is being breached. RAPS deploy ship ready for orders.
Losing B.
Incoming satellite.
We lost B. Enemy took Bravo.
Hardened sentry destroyed.
Boy, ship on my position.
Totem 3-1 above. Get ready.
Losing C.
3-1 rollers inbound.
Eliminate the deploy
We
ship.
lost Charlie. Securing B.
Wraps out.
B secure.
Your RAPS deploy ship is being hacked.
Securing A.
Your RAPS deploy ship
Enemy
has
has
been
Charlie.
hacked.
Losing B.
Here come the lost wraps.
Securing Charlie. Alpha secure. Be advised. Multiple hostile UAVs above. Radar is down.
Out.
All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Losing C. Lost C. Enemy took C. Securing C. Counter UAV inbound.
Sniper!
Securing C. Losing B.
Shot out.
Losing Alpha. We lost A. Enemy has A. Securing Bravo. Bravo locked down. Losing B. We lost B. Enemy took Bravo. Hostile spotted. Securing Bravo. Losing Charlie. Bravo secure. Enemy has C. Hostile UAV above. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online.
Enemy.
Securing Charlie. Securing Alpha. A locked down. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
Survival is gone.
Losing B. Enemy took C. Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Be advised, multiple hostile CUAVs above. Radar is down. Securing B. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Losing Alpha.
Ambush acid.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Enemy has C. Securing Bravo. Securing B. B secure. Losing B. We lost B. Enemy took B. Be advised, hostile talent inbound. Be advised, hostile rapid deploy shipping to go. Hostile hater detected. Losing Alpha. We lost Alpha. Securing Charlie. Be advised, hostile talent detected. C secure.
He's done.
Combat KIA.
Losing Charlie. Losing Charlie. Securing Bravo. We lost C. We're being dominated. Go on the offensive. Securing Alpha. Alpha locked down. Securing Bravo. Losing Alpha. Inbound.
Red neutralized.
Bravo secure.
Fire.
Enemy has Alpha. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Enemy has B. Charlie locked down. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Losing C. We lost Charlie.
One left.
Securing Bravo. We're being dominated. Go on the aggression. B locked down. Hostile UAV spotted. Friendly UAV inbound. Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo.
Firebreak.
Securing A. We lost Bravo.
Firebreak down.
Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Charlie locked down. UAV inbound. Losing C. Enemy has Alpha. Hostile UAV spotted. Securing Bravo. We lost C.
There goes.
Bravo locked down. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. C locked down. Hostile Talon inbound. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Securing A. Losing C. We lost B. We lost C.
Talon
Enemy has B. Enemy took C. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Bravo. Losing A.
Survival is down.
We lost Alpha. Enemy has Alpha. B locked down. Securing Alpha. Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Hostile Talon inbound. A locked down. Took Bravo. Losing Alpha. Securing Charlie. Hostile Hater detected. C secure. Enemy took A. Securing Bravo. Hostile UAV spotted. Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Enemy took B. Advised. Multiple hostile CUAVs above. Radar is down.
KIA. Insurgents KIA.
Securing Alpha. Securing Bravo. Losing C.
Smoke check.
We lost Charlie. Hostile UAV above. Enemy took C. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing C. Securing Alpha. A secure.
One less.
Securing C. Losing Alpha. C secure. Enemy took Alpha. Securing B. Bravo locked down. Inbound. Losing B. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing A. Losing B. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. We lost B. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie. Securing C. A secure. Enemy has Charlie. Securing B.
EKIA.
Securing Bravo. Locked down.
Need more body bags.
Eyes on it.
Alpha. Enemy took Alpha. Bravo locked down.
Survival is down.
Losing Bravo.
On hot.
UAV inbound.
Battery is ashes.
Securing Alpha. All locations secured. Hold positions. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie. Losing Bravo. Enemy has Charlie.
Body drop.
Counter UAV inbound. Bravo.
Will be fair.
Lost B. Enemy took B.
Body drop.
Securing Bravo. Secure.
Sarah down.
On my face.
Losing Alpha. We lost A. Enemy took Alpha. Securing C.
Red neutralized.
Locked down.
Red neutralized.
Friendly UAV inbound. Securing A.
Ambush active.
All locations secured. Hold your position. Friendly UAV inbound.
Incoming grenade!
Bravo.
One left.
Losing C. We lost C. Securing Bravo. Enemy has C.
Force it down.
B secure. Friendly Talon in your AO. Hostile UAV spotted.
Set up kill. Tango down.
Rob.
B. We lost Bravo. Securing C. Enemy has B. I see. Charlie secure. Losing A. Losing Charlie.
On my base.
We lost Charlie. Securing Bravo. Enemy took Charlie. B locked down. Hostile UAV spotted.
Break down.
Losing Bravo. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Charlie. Enemy took Bravo. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Securing B. Losing Alpha. B locked down. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Losing B. We lost Bravo. Enemy took Bravo. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Securing Bravo. Securing Bravo.
Smoke check.
Securing Charlie.
Smoke check.
Enemy took Bravo. Losing A. Charlie secure. Enemy has Alpha. Securing B. Losing C. Bravo secure.
Enforcer down.
We lost C. Enemy took Charlie.
On my KIA.
Securing Charlie. Securing Alpha.
Survival is down.
Losing Bravo. We lost Bravo. Alpha locked down. Securing Charlie. Enemy took B. Enemy has Charlie. Securing Bravo. UAV inbound.
Reaper neutralized.
Good effect.
Bravo locked down. Securing C.
Insurgent KIA. Enforcer down.
All over. Losing Alpha. Losing B. Enemy has A.
Tango down.
Hostile UAV spotted. Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha.
Down.
Enemy down.
Enemy has A. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Securing A.
Going KIA.
Losing B.
Static KIA Alpha locked down.
C secure.
Contracts ready.
Losing A. Enemy has Charlie. We lost A. Enemy has Alpha. Bravo secure.
On my base.
One left.
Securing C. Losing D. Charlie secure. Counter UAV inbound. Securing Alpha. Securing A. Losing B. Losing Charlie. We lost Charlie. Friendly UAV inbound. Enemy has C. Securing Charlie.
Red neutralized. Red neutralized.
Losing Bravo. We lost B. Hostile UAV above. Enemy has B. Securing Bravo. We lost Alpha. B secure. Securing Alpha. Enemy took C. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online. Alpha locked down. Securing Charlie. Bravo. Alpha. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Enemy has A. Losing Bravo.
Flames extinguished.
UAV inbound.
He's done.
Losing B. Securing A. We lost Bravo. A locked down. Enemy took B. We lost A. Securing B. Friendly UAV inbound. Securing Alpha.
Neutralized.
Bravo locked down. All locations secured. Maintain current posture.
Well done, then.
Fire break neutralized.
Losing B. Losing A. UAV inbound. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Enemy has C.
Hostile there.
Friendly counter UAV inbound. Losing Bravo.
Eliminate that road.
Losing B. Securing C. Securing C. Losing Bravo. Securing Charlie. We lost Bravo. Enemy took Bravo. Securing B. Enemy took Charlie. B locked down. Losing A. Lost Alpha. Enemy took A. Losing Bravo.
Nano swarms at the best.
Securing C. Secure. We lost B. Securing Alpha. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Enemy has B. A secure. Losing C. Losing A. Securing Bravo. Enemy has A. Securing Charlie. Securing A.
kill.
Friendly UAV inbound. Losing B. C secure. Enemy has Alpha. Enemy has B. Friendly Talon inbound. Hostile UAV spotted. Securing B. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Securing Bravo. Bravo locked down. Losing C. Losing Charlie. Securing Alpha. All locations secured. Maintain current posture. Losing Bravo. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. UAV inbound. We lost B. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Enemy took B. UAV inbound. Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online.
We lost B.
Losing B. We lost Bravo.
Ruin down.
Bravo secure. Losing A. We lost A. Enemy has A. Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha. Alpha secure.
Small.
Securing Bravo. Enemy has B.
Outright. KIA.
Securing Bravo.
Bravo secure. Losing B.
Tango down.
Losing Bravo. Securing C. We lost Bravo.
Insurgent. KIA.
Securing C.
Ruin KIA.
Enemy took Bravo.
Reaper down.
Securing C. Enemy took C.
Liquidated.
All CDP assets degraded.
Even if you get a lucky shot,